like someplace I should go. And I said, I'm Lieutenant Mickey Cross, Engine 16. So he looks at me, he goes, he has this list of names. He goes, oh, geez, we have you missing as presumed dead. You know, he says, no, I'm here. This is, and then I asked him, I says, where's my company? Did they all get out okay?
All of Mickey's crew were out of the North Tower before the collapse occurred and survived. But Mickey's girlfriend, Christine, had no news of his whereabouts and was searching for him at Ground Zero.
The condition of the men that I saw and the women coming out of there, it didn't look promising. And it's, you know, 3 o'clock-ish, and still there was no word about Mickey.
Jim McGlynn was receiving first aid and worrying about the other firefighters in his unit.
I just went over and I got myself checked out, and I had a lot of dust in my eyes and glass, and I guess when they washed them out. Nobody was sure of where people were, of the magnitude of our losses. There were estimates of 100, 200, 300 dead, but nobody was really sure.
All the men in Jim's unit survived. And at last, his girlfriend Kathleen got the news she desperately wanted to hear. Jim was safe.
I felt my whole body just feel relieved. And I just said my prayers of thanks.
James Eftimiades suffered severe breathing problems. He was given emergency treatment, then taken to hospital. Before he went, he managed to speak to his wife.
I called my wife. I said, it's me. I just want you to know I'm okay. I gotta go. Call my mom. Let her know I'm okay. So she says, okay.
10:30 p.m. The burst of optimism that came from finding the survivors of Stairway B was beginning to fade. Exhausted firefighters went home while fresh volunteers arrived to face the grim reality of Ground Zero. After a very long day, survivor Sal D'Agostino made it back to his firehouse.
Well, we get back to the firehouse, and we walked into the office, which is right off the apparatus floor, watching it on TV, and that's when we really hit us the magnitude of this whole thing. I went upstairs to take a shower, and I basically was in the shower, and that's when I kind of broke down. I started crying in the shower, and shaking, and just a mess, basically.
After a long and difficult rescue, Josephine was given a medical checkup. Then she went home.
And when I got home, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I had to take some steps back. I was shocked at what I looked like. I get the television on, and I start hearing all this. And I lost it. I just lost it right there in the middle of the floor. Just unbelievable.
For hours, Mickey Cross aimlessly wandered the streets in a state of shock. Later that evening, he returned to his firehouse, where he was reunited with his girlfriend, Christine.
Me and Christine, we walked to my apartment, and I must have fallen asleep. I don't remember the rest of the night. She says I was yelling in my sleep that night. I don't recall.
Mick shook like a leaf and screamed all night long in his sleep. He has no recollection of it. You couldn't go near him. It was like he was going to snap like a tree branch.
As the night wore on, Glenn Rowan and his unit eventually went home exhausted.
I wanted to see everyone. I wanted to hold my wife. I wanted to see my kids. They were all sleeping, of course, but I just wanted to spend some time in their rooms, just being so fortunate that I was able to do this. and so many of our guys aren't going to be able to do it tonight.
The miraculous survival of the 14 people rescued in Stairway B was one of the few moments of hope amidst the tragedy of 9/11. Their story bears witness to the extraordinary courage and heroism of New York's firefighters on the darkest day in their history, when they lost 343 men.
You have to remember these men, not just as firefighters, but taking them as they lived their lives. They were sons, they were brothers, they were husbands, they were fathers, they were friends, they were family men, and then they were firefighters also. They lived lives of responsibility, they lived lives of courage, they lived lives of dignity.